Maddie, you are way too fast. Like, you're faster than Sony. It's not a thing. I mean, it shouldn't be. Ishan, hi, welcome on. Yeah, like that. I think Stoney is sleeping, to be honest, at this point. But yeah, Ishan Sekon, indeed, both of you welcome on in. You came in real fast, real fast. I hope everything is good. I hope your day's going great. I don't know how. Thank you for coming and saying hi. I appreciate it. As always, I feel like that I forgot to do things now. You threw me off. Usually, I mean, I'm used to speak with just one person when I'm starting. Everyone is here. Anyways, it's release day. If you haven't seen that go through, if you have bought the kit and you haven't received the email, well, I don't know why, how things get high. Welcome on in. But yeah, we've made a release. We've made a release, and it's great. That's it. Bye. For fuck's sake. 1 second. I'm spamming Discords. That's what we do, right? We need to do marketing things for us. I have some stories to tell from this morning, but before that, I need to turn off the light in the kitchen because I forgot to turn out the light. Yeah, you get it. And Sturdy, hi. Welcome on in. Maddie beat you to it, and he was proud of it. So that's what happened. That is what happened. Anyways, I hope your day's good, going good. I think you just woke up. Stony, I feel like that's the. I mean, if you look at my face, I also just woke up. Probably. I don't understand my hair. Anyways, obviously, today is September 22nd. If you don't know what it is, well, it's fine. What the fuck was I about to say? Yes, no, today is September 22nd, which is the official release date of the iPhone 15 series, which in Japan is kind of wild. I went to the Apple store that was like close by just to see how wild it was in the morning, and I was there before it opened, so that was kind of nice to see the queue, which was way less than usual. The fact that it's a mess. Like, it's a release date, but you cannot buy the thing unless you have pre-ordered it online on a website that didn't allow you to pre-order it online for the date of the release because there was too much people on the website. So it was kind of weird, which is, it's fun. However, all the SIM locked iPhones are available. There is like plenty in all the stores, but SIM free, not an option. Kind of weird. Anyways, there were more police around the Apple store, and people of the police, air quotes, if you get it, you get it. Tattooed people of the police, of the secondary police, in front of the Apple Store to make sure that everything was peaceful and good, and they kind of started a fight before before the Apple Store opened. Anyways, that was fun. And then there was 3Q. There was like a queue. I don't think it was hired by Apple, but I think it's a very common thing in Japan to have, because we have like so many police and like law enforcement people, because of the like older generation still need a job, so they enroll in things that they can do, and police and law enforcement, like traffic enforcement and all that shit, is a thing. We have like, I forgot how much it is, but like it's a huge chunk of the population that is enrolled in these things. Anyways, but there was like 3 queues. There was the queue for the people who had pre-ordered, so that just came in, get their fucking thing, come out, good. There was a queue for the people who were didn't have a pre-order and were about to just browse the store and see how it is in hand and all that. And there was a third queue for the media. And the queue for the media was where the police was around. So basically, to maintain order, there were buyers all around the media things, and then the people who had pre-order could get in. And once all of these people could get in, the media was allowed to get in, and they just run in, film the thing, record their shit, and then come out. It was kind of fun to see how like cramped it was for like 15 minutes and then kind of empty. So that was fun. And then I went on a small walk. There was a fire in Shibuya for some reason. I think a vent took on fire, and I was like going on a walk. I saw like black smoke going up. I was like, not so great. But then same thing. There was like firefighters, police, ambulance, all around the spots, but way more people than necessary, as always. So that was a fun thing. And so the iPhone 15 is available to buy online today, to be able to receive it maybe at the end of next month, which is kind of weird to me, that you are a company that is able to say it's available in stores starting 22nd, and in reality it's not available in stores until like 3 months later maybe, and you can only get it if you have like a carrier for your phone or whatever. So I don't know, it was weird. But that was the story of the morning. I went with the bad shoes, so I have a bit of blisters on my feet, which is never the happiest feeling. But yeah. And yeah, cat Amazon is good. 90 degrees USB cables. Stony, I tried to understand the arrow icon thing that you sent. I don't get it. So I use what Zelmix sent instead, which is icon bundler. And I used it because they have like a Figma plugin as well. But mainly, they like it's pretty simple. So uploaded 920 SVGs and got something in return. However, I do not know how good it is, as always. I just think it's okay. And it gives me like a zip file with all of the you bitch, and each of the icons are in a TSX file. So they're all separated, which, I mean, it's fine by me. I don't mind it. But yeah, that gives me this, which seems good. But I do not know how good it is, not good it is. All I know is that's what it gives me. And I don't even know if I can have a preview of that. Like, can I open in Chrome? No, I can't, right? So I don't know if it's good. Maybe it's bad. It's in the zip. If you bought the kit, it's available in there. You have the icon zip file, which should be fine. So I guess that's okay. But I mean, I think I would have preferred if it was in one singular file instead of 920 different files to load, but maybe it's just because I do not know how it works. Anyways, that is added. We'll see. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not good. And yeah. So it has the option to get like stroke, fill, none, whatever, and also get different formatting. So I'm thinking right now I exported everything in React. Maybe I need to export the same thing in Vue and the same thing in Svelte, just in case. And there is a JavaScript or TypeScript version, so maybe I might do that. I don't know. It's like kind of simple to do. Like I just drop the fucking zip file and I'm good. But other than that, the release has been released. Yay. Released has been released. We now have, and I changed a bit of the wording there. So this is the last week at $64. Next week going to be 100. Thank you, as always. If you want, or if you know someone in the email that I sent with the release, if you know someone that you think could benefit from that, please share with them. That would be highly appreciated. As always, right? This thing is outdated, but yeah, that's still the right link. So that's new. And then we have these things. As I said yesterday, I wanted to have some sort of better card presentation so that I can have like more per section. So I did that really quickly earlier today, and it's pretty nice. That abstracts some of the thing that we had before, right? In the past, we had things that were like kind of hidden here and there, but I still whatever, it still works. So we have that. I do like this thumbnail. The thing that I don't like about it is the fact that this thing is extremely small when you see it in the fucking thing. So yeah, I don't even know what I was about to say right there. My iPad just froze again. I look like I just came out of bed, which is the case, but yeah.
MF Anakagama is now following.
I'm thinking Yeah, MFA. I think Gamma is the end, but hi, thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. Who are you? How are you? How did you find the stream? All these questions, all these shit. And yeah. But tell me how I should pronounce your name. It was hard. The MFA. It's kind of weird to my brain, so it was hard. Also, I checked my NordVPN affiliate links. A lot of you are clicking on it, but not buying anything. Why? Why? Please. It's free for you. No, it's not free, but like, I get a fat ass cut if you sub to NordPass, NordLocker, whatever. Appreciate it. Anyways. So, all that to say, this has been pretty cool. We have a ton of really nice addition to all of the things. Just Gamma? Cool. I mean, the MF, my brain is like, MF is motherfucker. And then you have Anaka and Gamma, which is like, all right, that could sound like something that works, but I don't know. I'm guessing that the MF is not what I think it is. Cat, you need an LT2 screwdriver. So how they are built with the Eroican system, you get the component itself and type definition for it. Yeah, I don't really mind that. I mean, it's fine. The thing is, it doesn't make any sense to me as a non-dev. Like, if I arrive on that, I have no clue how to use that. Like, there is basic usage, but it tells nothing to me. And then it tells nothing to me on how to use that. Whereas here it says drop your zip file, you're done. Which works better for me. So you know, I know. I know you didn't say it, but still, like when you arrive on that, you get it. When I arrive on that, I don't get it. I'm a dumbass, remember? Like, I don't know. Like, my head is like, yeah, I need to go in scripts, yeah, but scripts doesn't have anything, and then I need a readme, but the readme is basically what is in there, so I don't really need that, and then I don't get it. So yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. One day I understand how to use these dependencies and repos, but not today. Today we celebrate. No, today we can't celebrate. I don't even have something to drink other than this. I mean, it is usable now with the TypeScript version. Thank you for that. But yeah. Um, one of the things that I didn't really talk about last time is, even though I mean, I don't talk about it ever, to be honest. I'm trying to get these kinda up to date with the content, even though it's not like the greatest thing because it's the most pixelated screenshot you've seen in your entire world. But yeah. Atican, hi, welcome on in. Good midday. How are you? What am I missing? Search is an input text, which is basically that, but I have a bit of a thinking there. Yeah. So we have most of the visual language done, as always, the iconography being like always in the work every day, that it will never be done. And then motion, I don't think I will do motion, so I kept them out. And then the UI element is what I'm using as a base to define what is needed in the base component. So UI element is supposed to be like base component, technically. So we'll see. Some of the thing that I don't really like, even though this is an absolute pixelated mess and it's really hard to read. Paragraph, lead text, block quotes, heading H1 to H6, and list links in code. I don't know if I want to have them anywhere, because it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to have that as components. I don't know. We'll see. 1 second. I need to do something. Give me 2-3 minutes. I'll be back. Alright, back. Sorry, took me like a second. A second more than expected. Let me just check. Why it looks so pixelated? Because it's a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot. That again, that's why. And Cat, have a good work. And Gamma, if you want to learn Figma, please ask any questions. Where to start is the Figma YouTube channel. This is pretty great. If you're someone who read documentation, which if you're a dev, usually kind of more of that type of person, the help from the Figma website is pretty great. So I could recommend that. And yeah. I don't know. It's yeah. And then the obvious thing is just learning the tools. That's basically it. Like, you don't, I mean, as a dev, I'm not a dev, but for you as a dev, you don't need to learn all of Figma. Like, it's way too much and it's way too complex, and right? As a starting point, just try to do things that make sense to you. Like, if, let's say you are working on a mobile app and you have like your screen and you say, well, I need like I don't know, a tab bar at the top, and it's like, it's gray on gray. I don't like that. Let's just change the color so that I can see the difference. Okay, cool. And then move things around. Just learning to do that, which is right, extremely simple, might help. And it's pretty easy. But I can understand if it sounds downing or if it's complicated for someone who has never used a design software before. So learning the tools, learning what does what. I think that thing, specifically the getting started, is pretty good. So and yes, Cat learned apparently a lot more than expected by just being here, and that was weird. Yeah, a lot more than some of the design people in her new job. So I don't know. So this is pretty good. And then there is the YouTube channel, but what do you mean by PPP? That I can.
Transina is now following.
Transina? Well, come on in. Who are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Thanks a lot for the follow. Yeah, so I checked with them. I need a secondary website to have that work, so I can't do that. I hope the sound doesn't break as much as it's breaking my headphones, because that's when I'm here, it just doesn't like it. Too much process at the same time. Transina, you are a partner. Oh my god. I think if you plug it, it will install itself. But I never no on Windows. I forgot. But yeah, no. Gamma, I guess this is the best starting point that you can have. It's like good and and it will help. And then I for the life of me, I cannot like pinpoint you to a very useful tutorial somewhere. So my main thing is just ask as many questions as you want. Even if it's like, how the fuck did you create a rectangle earlier? That is a valid question if you're just starting. So don't worry about it, but you just ask. Don't feel like you're bothering. I'm here to help. So do that. I know partners mean nothing specifically now that you are back to 50-50, unless you negotiated your contract before, but unless you have massive viewership, you could not. Yeah, I landed on this one after last year, where I did one new stream overlay per month, and this is basically the last one that I did. No, like that's enough. And technically, I'm also streaming from a Mac, so it's annoying. But I still have all the things that I like, which are like the transition and shit. Are really nice, and we love these. Have I changed my username? Nope. Nope. I know it's time to make a crash course for Figma, but I can't. I tried many times. I was about to launch this script, but I can't show you that. I have like, I think I have 5 rough recording videos plus editing of Figma Basics. Figma Basics series, Figma features series, and yeah. No, my chat box has been created by someone else, and I used it from Nutty. Nutty has used it, linked it in a YouTube video like about 2 years ago, and since then I just haven't used that. Like, yeah. Bitch. That guy right there, that has like created that chat at some point, and in one of his specific YouTube video, which is called, I think, how to create a clean overlay or something like this, he linked it. So this is a stream element. Sadly, I pushed a lot of other people to use that. I know that White Panther, for whom I never know how to. Oh, bitch, I can't do that. That faster. So for White Panther, which I redid the entirety of her stream overlay last not so long ago. Which you can see the the similarities. Now that I'm thinking about it, specifically when my background is going into the orange pink, you're like, damn, it looks the same. But yeah, we added some things like the side by side, which she likes a lot. For like working, we did some really cute icons for the chat. But we still need to like work on that chat. She doesn't like it that much. She feels like it's too dark, which I kind of agree. So we may have to revert it to the light mode that we did at some point. But yeah, no, we did a lot of things for summer. We did like this one, which is basically my overall thing. I have a better layout. Sorry for the screenshot, Summer. My bad. With more space for myself because I'm streaming from the Mac, and the Mac aspect ratio is kind of weird. And she's streaming from a 16:9 aspect ratio monitor, so that she has like less headspace. So yeah, we've done that. Anyways, I mean I've done the layouts for plenty of people. I don't even know if Seke is still, I mean, hasn't been live in a while, so that for sure. But yeah, we've worked on old ass layouts together, on making sure that it looked good and it worked good and all that. But yeah, Salma has made her chat on her own, which is better, obviously, than me just using Stream Element. So yeah. And Stoney, you just got the MoooM update? Just got it? Let me check the email. Yeah. I like how no one opened it. Like this is so sad. Like this one has been 58%, which has been my most open rate. But there was like just 12 people, so like basically 7 of you have clicked on it, and then this one, like 12 of you have clicked on it, and this one just came out, so obviously 6. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. No, Stream Element is great. It's just like for the flexibility that I kind of need, I wish I could build it myself. I can't, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, she has some nice widgets. She has like the newest layout for the alerts that we did. She did some of the it's called some of the animation that we wanted to have, such as having like extremely customizable badges for profile picture and placement and themes and all that. It would be way much easier for me to do that in code rather than having to do that in Stream Element, when I used to have light mode and dark mode on stream, which is kind of still a thing, but not exactly a thing. But yeah, we used to have the ability to swap the bottom bar from light to dark and the background from light to dark, obviously. And so the chat is not readable on the black bar, so it needs to switch to light mode, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, the follow alert has been built in Stream Element, which is the worst, but yes, but they've been dev'd outside and just imported in Stream Element, and kind of works. If you're here and you want to follow, you will see your face go at the top there, I think, or more there. But yeah, I don't have enough knowledge of dev yet, to be able to dev my own widgets and things. So yeah, but what do you do? Transino? Tran? Zino? Zino. Is it Zino or Zeno? I don't know. What do? You say we are in the same type of circle, so maybe Zino. Yeah. So more like Germanic type of sounding names. I get that. But yeah, we worked on that. Kind of quick animation, which obviously will not load. But yeah, I don't know. This was easy and fun to do. And I also feel like I missed 99% of the chat. Something happened earlier. And someone asked a question and I didn't see it. So, Sturdy, you said time to make a crash course for Figma. Yes, I know. Some people already have asked many times and I can't. So I answered that already, but not right, whatever. Maddie, yes, there are restrictions on Mac. Like I can't use voice control as I can on my PC. Restrictions. And can I use like the Figma breakpoint that is built in? So I don't really think about it, but I don't build for phones lately, so haven't touched phone design in a while. Ashley, hi, welcome on in. How is you in this midday-ish lunchtime? And Transina, yeah, if you want to get in touch for things, please do so. I think I was about to click on something, but I think the best way for you to get in touch is either Discord, sadly, or one of these links. And Zap, hi. That's what I missed. I saw your name. I said hi in my head, not out loud. My bad. I apologize. Can anyone use the full alert? No. They don't. They are not public, as far as I know. I wish I could. But it's kind of bad.
Transilna gifted Transina a subscription. Transilna gifted a tier 1 sub to Transina. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Interesting. Thanks all for the gifted sub to yourself. I appreciate it. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's just as long as the width is good, they're good. What do you mean first? That's okay. I am lost in chat right now. Why can't you sub yourself? That's interesting. I kind of want to know. Like, it's interesting. I guess it's some sort of a, like, anonymous thing. No, it's their first gifted sub. So Transiner has gifted their first gifted sub in the channel. So it's like first gift sub in this channel for that person. Like if Stony gifted a sub, which he's not allowed to now, he would say he has gifted 70 sub to the channel. But yeah, not allowed. Not allowed. By the way, I didn't talk about it, but today's icons have been done. We have done the users that we were missing. I have a bit of a hard time thinking about the multi-users with the modifier next to the head. I just wanted to have like a thing that is the same, like everything with the top section and then everything with the bottom section, like bottom modifier. The multi-users don't have edit options, so I don't know how I feel about it. You are allowed as much as you want, but Stony is limited to 69, or then the next jump is 420, so that's kind of high. I mean, you need to pay me somehow, but still. But yeah, so that was today, and then in the recommendation request from King Ultron yesterday, there was the variant with circle and squares, so we added these, even though I don't know if I like them that much, but we have that now, so that's done. I'm unsure about this one. I feel like the swap user is kinda tiny, so yeah. And so I renamed the living categories into human, and now human are here. I think I could 100%, but in order to do that, I need to learn JS 100%, and I need to have a bot running in the background, or using Tau or other things that I do not understand at all. Like reading an HTML file, reading a CSS file, reading a JS file. But the first two are good. I can understand that. Anything else, I am out. 351 in one go, that would be a massive drop. How much would that be though? Specifically because I think you can only do 500 max. Yeah, so that's like 400 plus 400 plus 400, so 12. Damn it. Plus 50, which is 200. You bitch. So yeah, 1600. Bahimo. Hi, welcome on in. $1,600. Buying server to host, yes, but then knowing everything is in the damn, that's the wrong button. Everything is in the socials because, right? I know I should split them just in case, but yeah, no, everything is in there. She cute. Bento is cute. And Bahimo, hi, welcome on in. Yeah. I would agree with that. The base of stacks is kind of hard. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's okay, but it's also not okay. Like, it's too small. It feels out of place. And it's like 7. Alright. Alright. You do that at some point. I think if I do that. That would kind of be better. I know you can't see shit, but I think let me make that, I don't know, 6 maybe. No, 6 was exactly where we were, so maybe make it 7. Ich. Yep. Yep. 100%. I agree with that. I agree with that. $425. Anyways. Just align that, shall we? I think what I just did is a very bad move, but I don't really care. Right there. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's a detail. We can swap that later. The idea came from the currency swap, and so from the currency swap we could like just use the circles again. We could do that. Anywho, talking about, in order to finish this, well, which will never be finished, but still, we need to do the select, because currently we just have the input fields right there. The select is the same as the input, but it just contains the option of on click opening a menu. So it's composed of the input field, which is pre-styled, and then it is, or it has an option for the menu. So that's pretty simple. But in order to do that, we need the menu, which is hard and not a thing that I wanted to do. But anyways, we need to do that at some point. And then one of the things that is missing that I just remembered is because we now have the avatars available, we can use them to put them in front of the input. Because that's the thing. Like if we have a selection with users, and in the user you have the avatars, and you have just one user, you need to display the user there. And then if you have more than one user, you need to display more than one. And that can be just the names, but that's yeah. You see how I never receive bits?
Eagle cheered Dex 1000. Bitch,
and that,
better have my money.
That alert right there is so old. I think I bought that pack in my first overlay and then never changed that. And it cycle. I have like 5 packs of glitches, alerts. But yeah, I appreciate the bits, 30. Thanks a lot. So yeah, so we need that. We need the select, and I think we'd be pretty okay. There is one thing that we haven't done, which is the like the user groups, as I said, right, which is a secondary version of the user avatar, but with a stack. So that might require a bit of an outline. I'm thinking about just adding an outline to these right up, but what do you mean I'm ready for this? I don't think I am. Don't do it. Yeah. Oh, well. Did you hear anything? Because I didn't hear shit. I don't think it worked. At least it didn't for me. It's supposed to monitor, but I didn't hear anything. I can't hear it. So I can't play it again. But yeah, it's been a while indeed. It's just, that's the thing, Maddie. Once again, limitation on Mac. For some reason, sound doesn't want to go through. Yeah, no, it's annoying. I mean, the amount of time where you hear stream element alerts and I don't, or I do and you don't, or hear sound alerts, I don't. This is just weird. And it's supposed to go through, it's just like, doesn't want to. Anyways, it's fine. It's fine. I can live with that. I can live with that. So I shall do that. Maybe. It's kind of complicated though. So what happens if I do a stroke and I put that stroke outside? Do I lose things? I think I do. accent 3, so that it takes the same as the... Ah, yeah, no, that would be weird, though.
Bad, AOA, bad.
Yeah, I know. I know. I can hear that. Which is good. So it pushes the drop shadows, but it doesn't push the inner shadow. Which is details. I don't want to do that with a shadow. I see. Bits. Thanks for the under
Stony
bits.
underscore Eagle cheered Dex 100 Veros bonk.
I can hear that, but that's... yeah. Don't give me money. And now you have a new badge. What the fuck? It's red. It's red. Brain doesn't want to brain, which is not great. That's the issue I would have. Because if I do that, taking the inherit of the background, we will end up with not having the inner highlight and not having the unless I do that. But that's weird. That's not the point. All right, I'm in need of an explanation for anyone here. I'm doing this stack of icons that needs to happen at some point, right? We have this, and it will have like a +8 whatever at the end. In order to have more separation in between each of our like avatars, we usually have a border that is added. The thing is, when you add a border here, we end up with something that is kind of wrong with the shadow. And then if I do the elevation 0, which is my background color, it does the thing that we need it to do, right? Which is that. And then we can put that in a center position. But it's fucked up with the shadows, and we lose a lot of details. So I have a feeling that in order to get these to work, we would need to get rid of the drop shadow. So it's an override specific to that subcomponent, and I do not like to do that. I don't have a choice, but I don't like to do it. Yeah. But I feel like it's a necessary thing. Have a good lunchtime. Yeah. kind of works. It kind of works, but also like it's. Let's see. Let's see. Let's create a component out of this that we will call avatar groups or stack. I guess stack is better. Yes. And then I need to see if I get in. I mean, here I need like a property that is getting the nested whatever. Oh, that will be an annoyance, but yeah, fine. Right, okay, the override works. Cool. Cool. So the maximum that we can have is 8. So I will do my main component with 8. And then a plus. Cool. And so now that means that if I take these 3, I get rid of them in the instance, the stack restack itself. So we're good on that. I have a feeling that I need to scale them as variants. So let's create a property called variant, which will be called size. And this size, which is currently default, I have a feeling that I need to specify. This is a 24 height, but also if I think about how I named the other components with the t-shirt size, we kind of need to have that in t-shirt size as well. So because I want something smaller, I kind of want like an XS medium. So that one is medium, so MD. And in order to have that work, I have a feeling that it would be better if I stack them here for obvious reasons. So let's do that. Let's call this one S. And let's take everything and scale them down to, can I do that? I can't do that this way. Cool. I forgot about that. 20 seems to be a good idea. And so the 20 would have a minus 8, probably, to get the same general width. Can I select the thing, please? Thank you. Let's do our regular 16 by 16. I said 16. 16. Thank you. And 16 in between. So this one is going to be higher, and then I need another one that would be XS. It will be higher, and each of these, I think I want them to be at 16 because that's easier. So that one can have a minus 8 as well. And if I have minus 8 here, -12 there, and that means that this one is supposed to be at -10, but we have a grayscale. And then if we have something higher, we have medium LG for large, 32, I guess, because I did like 16, 20, 24, 32. I guess 32. And -12 seems to be good. Cool. Nice, I guess. I don't know why I'm in light mode for some reason, but I was in light mode. I wish I could have a variable for the inheritance of the border, but I can't do that, so we'll see. And for colorfulness sake, I'm gonna change all of these to at least a different color, so that we have that. I don't know. And I think the last one is going to be gray as well. But yeah, that way we have like a bit more colorful thing. It's good. Whatever. I don't mind it. It's also mainly because if I do that this way and I get my primitive into like light, really see all of the variation of that cool 3D effect that we created. So yeah, that is the main reason. I mean, that is the only reason. I have a feeling that this is not organized properly, so let me just move that down, move the avatar stack here. It is a personal project which is called MoooM with 3 O's that you can buy right now. It's a UI kit that you can use. And we populate it most of the time with 20 icons per day. I did mine this
Dimitri
morning.
Maximov Gallera is now following.
Dimitri, thanks a lot for the follow. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Welcome on in. And it has like a bit of a interesting pricing that started at $2 and doubled every release until we reach 100, and 100 is next week. So we are currently on our last stretch at $64, which is starting to get expensive, and for me. So yeah. And then after that, when we reach 100, we will have some discount codes and all of these fancy things that we can add to make sure that people buy it and all that. Yeah, we could make it like 1 week at 100, and then it just revert to 69. Just because, you know. We are Twitch streamers, so we have to. We have no choice. Yeah, it works. It's we have made some sales already. We have made like 25 5 sales at different price points. Most of them happen at $2, of course. But the more I'm marketing it, the more sales I make, so I'm fine with that. Obviously. Who wouldn't be fine with making sales? I don't know. Anywho, that is interesting to me. So we have an avatar stack that is a new component, and all that just to avoid doing this one. Oh, fuck's sake. No, MoooM's target designers because I'm a designer. I mean, it targets whoever. Want to use something. The main idea is to have a kit that can be used by everyone and anyone. The main point being the icons. So I've tried to make small packs of icons related to mostly everything like medical, sports, location, delivery, design tools, calendar events, and all that, in order to get the anyone that could be interested in it saying, oh yeah, so they already have that thing in there, so I can project myself using it. Like, let's say you are building, I don't know, a house related thing, you have some furnitures, you can use that. And then the main point being, it grows by 20 icons at a minimum per day. If you know that you need like a very specific thing, which is what happened yesterday, you can go into the Discord, go into the icon request, and then just drop what you need, and it will be implemented in the next release. And for example, for this one, Genie, which is one of the viewers, is having an app that, or software that manage SIM cards, and so we created like a ton of SIM card related icons specifically for him. That's the thing. So it's not programmer related, but it is, we think about them. And in the end, when I have like way more time on my hand and way more knowledge, I will, or at least try to, create like some sort of a, I don't exactly know how it's named, but something similar to Tailwind UI, where you can just buy the components and you have them in like React format, maybe formatted in Tailwind, maybe formatted in like regular CSS, maybe formatted in something different, so that devs can use it without having to use the Figma file, and also to make sure that we have Figma and dev 100% aligned. That's the Yuki, welcome on in. Thanks a lot for the click, I appreciate it. So like there is already a kit called Reshaped, which has that mindset, which is what I kind of want to have, which is you can have like all the primitives with just that. It has themes and whatever, like a lot of shit, but then it also has a Figma file that contain each components one-to-one from the dev to the Figma file. It's exactly the same thing, and so you can import them and all that. Yeah, next UI as well. It's Genie, hi, welcome on in. How is you? Did you receive the email? think Next.UI is kind of similar. The thing is, Next.UI has a bit more functionalities as far as I remember. It's great though. It has some issues in some radius here and there that I'm a very specific haters for radius in some situations. So it has some issues, but yeah. So the goal is to get like something similar to these that have already like this built-in thing, which we currently have with the component in Figma, getting the light and dark mode for everything. That's a thing. It works. It's great. It's kind of heavy in some situations, but it's not yet software update. But we have it working. That's the main point. And the goal is to then have that in code as well. Chat scene is great. I cannot say a bad thing about chat yet. Yeah, I mean, depending on where we go with chat and shit, and what he does at Vercel, there is a high probability that some of the thing that we have seen in the past will get not deprioritized, but like get less attention, and I'm kind of scared of that. I love everything that he's done. That's, yeah, it's just great. But I just have a bit of a fear from past experiences of people who have built amazing things on their own and then join a company and then cannot keep up with the company request and the company expected speed, and then the quality of the work that they produce like decrease. That's the main thing. But yeah, I think if Versa is pretty good for now, so I wish. Cat, no, it's not an option. Always cope with food. It's great. Also, Yuki, I have a question for you because it's your first time being here. How did you find the stream? And who are you? And how are you? I want to know. And Telmek, I hope you're good. Thank you for the link. It built something interesting. I don't know if it's good. The icon bundler. It gives us something that is... did I just delete it again? I may have. 1 second. Yeah. It gives us something that has these files, TSX files for each icons, and they are kind of okay. Like, for fuck's sake. Yeah, they're kind of okay, but they are not the best. So we need to find something a bit better, but it's still a good start for the icons. The fact that it has a Figma plugin is pretty cool though. It's kind of annoying because it's like limited to 500 by 500, but yeah. It's a start. It's a start. Anyway, I need to pee again. 1 second. This is wild. The delay is interesting on the... Oh, and yeah, that bitch just crashed entirely. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anywho, let me catch up on chat. As always, I cannot. I cannot read. And Zelnick, yes, I'm saying that corporations are an obstacle to creativity and productivity. I mean, productivity not really, but creativity, yes. I said that before, but I've been... My previous company that I just left, I've been there for 6 years exactly, almost to the day. Like I joined on the 17th and I left on the 23rd. So almost to the day, like basically a weekend more. The quality of my content that I can build on my own is way lower than before nowadays. It's still good, but it's not great. Not as great as it used to be. So, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, Kat, you could fax me food if you want, but that's, I don't know the state of it when it arrived here. It's kind of far away. Anywho, so that's the designer. That's the goal. The goal is to get something that is like dev friendly, but not dev first, if that makes sense. It's designer first for now, but it's like the end goal is to get something that is product team ready. So technically from the dev to the designers going to also the documentation and all that would be amazing to have anyone being able to be like included in the thinking, which is kind of the case already, but still. Oh, if I do that, that will be a bit of an issue with the titles, wouldn't it? Right? I know it's weird, but it's just like it's helpful for having some sizes as references. That kind of took over like as avatar only. Interesting. Okay, cool. I had a bit of a thinking with the outline here. I thought it wasn't like so, but it is. So we good. We are good. Forget about it. So going back to our foundation section to check what we need for. We need avatars. I think I haven't checked that, and I think it's somewhere, but as always, because this is fucking pixelated, I can't see shit. I should just choose the website rather than that. I'm gonna be honest, but too late. Way too late. Button groups, we haven't done the button groups, that's true. Menu buttons is just the button with hamburger menu inside of it, so we're kind of good. Links are done in a way, but we don't have their behaviors. Or we do have their behaviors. Nah. Apparently, avatar is not a thing. It's not even named profile picture or anything. So let's go back here. As I said, paragraph, lead paragraph, block quotes, all that. I mean, block quotes could be a component, but it is kind of complicated. Headings have been defined, but as said in the text, here the hierarchy hasn't been defined per se, but it's kind of defined, so I don't want to check it as done. Links are done because they are button links, but yeah, and code is not a thing. And then form is what we were working on, so the text and text area isn't a thing yet, so that's one that we need to do with the select. The variants for email and all that, I don't know. That's a thing that I've seen a lot, but I have mixed feeling about it, mainly because the way that I built my component for like the input text, right, it has everything. And so if you're here and you're like, you know what, I don't need the left button, I know that I don't need the left icon, it doesn't need to have a leading icon. However, I know that the helper icon might be needed, but the right icon isn't. And then the button that is here, because this is supposed to be like a drop down or something, I can just click on it and take that into my icon only format, and then I can take that icon and take the chevron down, and that would be my drop down, right? So technically this is not centered. Interesting. I need to realign these. Good to know. So that way this is a button, even though the entirety of the thing will be clickable. In some situation that one just need to be a clickable button thing. So I have my select done here, and right, kind of means that the if I did the select like this, that could work as well. And right, we could go into anything. It would be fine. So the thing with the presets with email and phone number and shit, it is basically taking an instance, doing that I just did, and then like all that in a preset section, which I don't like because you end up with so many components. I haven't done the menu yet. Menu needs to be done, and menu is like a very wide thing that is then reused across every subcomponent. So technically how the menu is composed is it's just a panel which contain content, and that content is a component I call option or menu options. and I need to do that tiny line first in order to have that work. But yeah, it's a bit annoying. But for the thing that I was talking about is if I needed to do like emails, I would just have to do that with my email icon, which is this. And it doesn't have the right button. And that's it. Which I'm not gonna lie, the more I'm looking at these, the more I think I made a mistake in the sizes. Because this is tiny. Like that's 100%, and this is tiny, tiny. So there might be a day where we come back to this and everything has doubled in size. No, not doubled, like at least the one that are at 18 are gonna go at 20, and the one that are at 16 are gonna go at 18. That's a real option. One of the main reasons why I'm not doing that and not liking that too much is if you have like the element being a circle or cropped somewhere, you can see how sometimes it just doesn't really fit, and some of them will be 100% cropped. So that's why I'm getting like kind of smaller inside of my bounding box. But yeah, I don't know, it's a very personal thing. Like this one, if it's rounded, like we lose a lot of understanding of what it is. So if it was bigger, it would be worse. It would be worse. But yeah, because I'm thinking about the fact that this one will 100% at some point have an option to be like fully rounded as a style, then it needs to be okay here. I don't know. It's a personal thing. Also, this is 20. It might be better if I was to put them at regular sizes. Of 24. Might help a tad. Yeah, kind of. And tell me, did that answer your question, or did that not answer your question? I feel like yes, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. So technically and that's the weird thing, the option is gonna be extremely similar extremely similar to the tag, but just without the count and the cross. However, it will still have an icon here for tick as an option. And yeah, so what I will do is I'll take that, drop it here, and we know, or I know, that is going to be my menu option. So let's create a component out of it right away so that we have something. Make sure that this thing is like 40 in height. I know it's fat, but it makes sense. Or most likely make it the HUD content, and let's make that the good sizes. So with that done, if I do 10 here, interesting. That's bigger size. Now fixed. Reset sizes for this. Reset sizes for this. So 24, we good. That can go away. This go away as well. That goes here. Would be replaced with the check. For some reason, it's way too light. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't feel like both of these are like 1.5. I don't know. And turns out I might have made a mistake. I have. Cool. Good to know. I forgot to assign textiles. For fuck's sake. 14 medium, 14 medium, 12 medium. Cool. And so now, because I know that this is going to be kind of bigger and usually more visible, I'm debating putting it at like 18. 16 is good, but like maybe we need it like a tad bigger in each rows, maybe. And that thing is gonna be filling container, with that thing being filling container. And so that has a property of variant, which is the variant state. As always, default bitch is always the second one. Let's do 16 default hover. So I will do the colon hover for the names as we did last time, and then active, which we said doesn't exist, I think, or pressed is better. I think that's what we said. Pressed, and then we have, no, I think active is still better too, in my head, because it's not focus. Like, active hover is a duplicate and disabled. That song, disabled, dyslexia with an S. Right, so each of these are going to change their background. I will just like unlink all of the linked color variables because that's kind of bad. Let's make sure that our icons are using slate 12. which is the lightest color that we have. Let's make sure that our text is always using core light. So it's pure white or pure black for now, because we need that. These already have their settings. And so the hover state here is going to take, you know what, let's take everything at once so that we can change the background for slate/alpha 4. It's usually where I go to, and then I do the same thing for the border, which is a subtle amount of alpha on top of alpha, which makes it lighter. And so this one is going to be, the fill is going to be accent alpha 4 on hover. At the same time, the checkbox is going to go into hover state, so it lights up. If it's pressed or active, checkbox is going to be checked. Default. And the background is going to take accent. I think alpha would be great if I just do like 6. I think. Bits batch tier notification. That's nice. That is. That's nice. I kind of want to highlight that more. And then disabled. Is going to take these into, I think I used 8 for everything. And then the thing that don't have that, I just interesting. Well, why the fuck are you using Outlook? I'm kidding. Cheaper? Really? For me, Google is free, so it's kind of hard to get, well, cheaper than free, but I get it. Has icon. Has check. Technically, this is called a tick, but yeah, that's indeed cheaper. I can't complain about that. If you pay for it, that makes sense. Cool, so I just made a mistake with this one, not having a cap H. And then here I want to have all of that with label being the label. That makes sense. And let's make sure that we have things organized. So we have our checkbox first, followed by our icon, followed by our avatar, followed by the label, followed by the check. And let's make sure that these have an icon swap in front. So shuffle, lead icon, technically. Design system 0, UI kit probably 100 or something, if not more. Design systems are way too big, but yeah. A UI kit contains UI elements. A design system contains UI element and more. Like, how do you speak? What words do you avoid? How do you use thing and thing? How do you have your landing page, your things, and the system behind it, like how to build X component, for example. So there is a lot of documentation going with it, and a lot of people are naming their UI kit a design system because they think because they have one system in place in there, it's a design system, but it's a system design, which is different. I know, it's confusing, but it's yeah. So if you want like a good example of a design system, we have plenty, obviously, but if you think about, I think it's like Spectrum from Adobe, which I take as an example. You see these, like you have principles, you have foundation, content. Most people are saying like that I've built this and this, so I've built a design system. Whereas when you look at this, you have how is it built, how things are named, how do you use it, how do you not use it, what are the styles that are available or not available, what is the code looking like, what should apply, and all that. So all of these things are what define the system. And yeah, I don't do illustration things, even though I could, and you could like consider the icons are as illustration in some situations, like kinda. But I don't really do illustration. I do have these. Which I shared before, but these are old stuff. Old stuff. But they still exist. But they're old. Oh, this is so cute. Sorry, I'm this. Just subtle highlight at the bottom just gives the divots that we needed to have, which is great. But then I am designer side. I have no knowledge of code. I mean, I have, but I have no knowledge of code. Bitch. Something didn't work here. Something doesn't want to go through. I have a feeling that this is gonna go through. Like these are supposed to be swapping to their respective styles. Do they not? Huh. Please ask all the question you need or want, or see, it's supposed to be that. So we have one level too deep. I mean, does my tag change? My tag changed. What's the difference here? Did I... apply something wrong? Are you, do you have something to showcase, designer? As a designer or dev? I mean, I went to a web development school. But it wasn't like a fully fleshed out type of coding school. So kind of different, but yeah. All right, something is wrong. Something is not working. Might be because of the environment here. I don't... Yeah, that's set to light and it doesn't change. And now it changes. You bitch. Okay. I'll still use grey though. I saw your question. Sorry. For fuck's sake. Why is just like grey doesn't want to work? Let's reset it. Alright. To its default state. Okay, that's good. Obviously, it's not. Let's add an elevation of 0 just to check how it looks. Yeah, we are losing a bit of the highlight at the bottom when we are in light mode, but that's okay. And then the text obviously need to change color to the accent 12 in light mode. So we might do that, or we can just do that by default, and that would be fine. Do you have an opinion on design schools? I have French Grunzical in mind. Yes, I have. I said that before. I said that in the past. I taught things to my teachers in a design school, French design school. That should give you all the informations. But I have always had a bit of a opinion on schools in general, because of the way that I'm built in my head and the way that I learn things. So because I do not need the structure of like a curriculum or something like this, I prefer to learn on my own at my own pace, which is usually faster than most people. So schools are basically dragging me down into not going further than I need to when I want to go further. So one of the example, which is like not really design school, but it's kind of the same thing. One of my ex-moms, I think she's still, but I don't know. It used to be when we were together with my ex, used to be a math teachers. So teaching math, right? A lot of people were not really interested in math when I was in school. But when we were together and we were at home, I had a lot of discussion about math problems and things that were like 4 or 5 years ahead of the program that I was supposed to do in my classes. And because these were interesting problems and things that I've never really used afterward, but it's just like that when or where my brain was interested in, like it was further into complex 3D, 4D environments, trying to find points and all that shit. So all that is like useful for me. But then when I was in school, I had like bad grades because the shit that we were doing, I didn't pay attention at all because it wasn't really interesting. And in design school, in the one that I went in the first time, which is called Estienne in Paris, which is like, if you know the name, you probably know which it is, which is one of the renowned school in France. It wasn't great. The teachers were outdated and out of touch with the current state of the job. So it's kind of hard. But to go back to my point, if you need the structure, if it's easier for you to learn with a structure, getting something like a boot camp or a school can be really helpful for some people. So I have like opinions of my own. For me, schools are not good and boot camps are not good for me, because I know that I can learn everything and anything online for free. But then if you need a structure, do that. And Chipotle hi also. Welcome on in. Yeah, for the printing, for the access of tech, I agree with that. Like in some situation, you don't have access to all the tech that you need to understand design printing, or because I used to be a mechanic or machinist, which is mechanic is just a regular term so that people understand with machinist. It is things like I wouldn't be able to do my job here. Like I couldn't do a freelance job because I would need a milling machine or a lathe or thing like this, like behind me, which is not a thing. So, but for digital design, like yeah, you have access to everything. Like as soon as you have a phone, you have access to most of the things that you need to have, and then as soon as you have access to a computer, you can do everything. So yeah. The main issue that I have with boot camps is unless they have a refund policy that is like we will refund you if you feel like you learned nothing, which is kind of weird, but yeah. That's fine, but yeah, refused. Hi. It's I think the one that does that is Udemy. Udemy being like on sale all day, every day of the year, but having the ability to say, well, this course doesn't match with me, as long as you haven't passed, I think like 33% or something of the course, you can get a refund of your money, which is good. But then for boot camps, which usually take more time, like it's not physical boot camps, but like live boot camps are always the same issue for me. It's like I'm faster than most people when I'm learning things, and we've seen that on stream before. Like I've done courses in boot camps in 2 hours that are supposed to take like 7 days, and on the boot camp, which is live, you are limited to the speed of the teacher, and you are limited by the speed of the other people that are doing the bootcamp with you, if it's like a multi-person thing. And most of the time, for me, when I'm taking a look at one of these things, I know everything except like 3 bullet points on the full thing, and it's not worth for me to pay for that. So my opinion on these things is really tainted and really like not objective because they don't work for me. But if these things work for you, then it's great. I have nothing against it. It's just I know it doesn't work for me. That's it. I think that answered the question. Huh. Sorry, I'm looking at things that just makes no sense, but like that stroke is supposed to use the checkbox strokes, but yeah, like that. Bitch. Yeah. I don't think they are. I think they are only valued. I mean, I think diplomas in general are useless. Like, it's just a piece of paper or PDF nowadays that says, yes, that person has been in the class for full length of time, and they have passed an exam at the end of the year or at the end of the boot camp that prove, based on their accuracy on the answers, that they have learned enough. The thing is, I have let me show you that, because that's kind of, I have, if I remember correctly, in my skill things, or in the, where is it? There is a sheet thing where you can do skills assessment thing. Anyways, I have skills in domain that I don't know, but I have the badges somewhere in there. Like, I just forget where it is. It's kind of sad. Yeah. I don't think I have it in there. Anyways, I have skills in there that are like related to dev, and I don't have the skills anymore. So yeah. Anyways, I think the diplomas themselves are worthless, and I think the only people that are finding them important and interesting are a very specific age range of managers, which are usually not that young. The younger you go, or the younger mindset the person is, the less interested they are in the papers, the more interested they are in your skills. So for me, I don't give a shit where you went. I don't give a shit what school you had the diploma from. If your skills are trash, your skills are trash. If your skills are good, your skills are good. If you don't have a singular diploma to your name, but you're amazing, diploma means nothing. So yeah, I don't think so. Also for the masters or engineering degree, not anymore. It depends on the company. Like, I think most of the time, as I said, like the more the old people dies, the better the managers most of the time, because they are younger and most aligned with you, with the age range. And so like us generation of like millennials ish, now getting the managerial roles, we're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck, just do your work, do your job, do it well, that's it. And so that's good for the younger generation and the older generation as well. The thing is, because we don't manage people or micromanage people, some of the older people that we need to manage have a hard time doing their job well because they always have been micromanaged, and so they only know how to do their job if people tell them exactly what they need to do for the day. And if that's not the case, then they are lost. And happen often. Yeah. I mean, in the US, it's kind of weird. All right. I don't have enough knowledge for the US to make sure that I can like pinpoint why, but it's most likely gonna be easier anywhere you are trying to apply if the company is more than 1 year old. Technically, if it's more than 5, but still. If the company is more than 5 years old and you have a diploma, then it's easier for you. But if the company isn't and you have skills and you can showcase your skills, then it's not interesting. It's not useful to have diploma. Getting the your foot in the door is the most important thing. So applying to a job using how can I say that? Using the forms on whatever website you're on to apply is not great. It will require like a diploma and shit. So you think like the bottom edge needs to be darker? I don't think so. I think you were talking about this one being like extremely bright. This one is just on hover, so like it's a on hover off thing. And the reason why it's that bright is because when you switch to light mode, it still needs to be brighter than it is on dark mode. So for dark mode, we might have to do some specific code override that I cannot do in here. But it just stands out on this one. It doesn't stand out on this one or this one, for example. Apply through fax could be really interesting, to be honest. I can do that here because we still have fax machine in Japan. A lot of fax machines. They don't stand out on my iPad screen. They do stand out on my computer. However, this is 100%. The rim of light at the bottom is technically, I think, 0.7 pixels. So it's really tiny. They could just give you this small highlight in pixelated. In pixelated. So it's not feels high. Work on in. How is you? Good morning. I think this one is way too bright, but that makes sense. The reason why it's that bright is because these are in an overlay blending mode, and maybe if we put them in soft light, that would be better. The thing is, if we do that, then we lose them in light mode. So we need to keep that kind of bright for now. I wish it would be so great. It would be so great if I could. I'm not calling you crazy, I'm just saying that I don't feel like it's yet much. I think it really depends on the environment in which they are. But I do have a feeling that if I do that soft light for everything, and maybe I do like 64, you'd be okay with it. Right? I think the main issue is this one. On gray, it's kind of weird.
Dyslexia MDG is now following.
Why, brain? I guess Dyslexia, as
Refused
in
underscore
French,
underscore just resubscribed for 4 months, free.
but yeah, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate it, as always. But yeah, your name sounds like Dyslexia as French, but maybe design. But I don't know. I mean, I do agree that it could be design as a very French way of saying it. Anyways, welcome on in. Thanks a lot for following. I appreciate it. And Refuse, thanks a lot for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Enjoy the emotes. They are nice. We need, as far as I know, we need what do we need? I don't want to do that, but I feel like I should. No, that looks like shit. Yeah, we need variables. I said it. Alright. So let's add to our primitives for some reason, because we need a specific component for that. So let's create a new color called, or new component called menu, and in that we will have option, and in that we will have background, which is sad because it makes things way longer, but I don't know. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. The main reason being most companies, once again, that are not young, are not really considering design as an asset. I mean, now more than before, but still, when the company is not that young, they consider design as like, it's a thing that they need to do, and it's a task, and it's a painful task for them because they have no knowledge of it, and they don't like it. But yeah, some companies have made it pretty clear that they are really focused on design, and that's pretty cool. But doesn't happen often. Doesn't happen often. I think what happened for me, at least most of the time, has been design has been put in the forefront of the company once they figured that they are losing clients, and once that happened, they're like, oh, we need to redesign our website, or and make sure that we get some marketing material to whatever, and it's not great. It's not great. Background disabled could be changed though. Let's do a 2, right? Lighter shit. Cool. So there's that, and then from my past experiences in companies like startups and shit, it's most of the time put aside. And when you're in an agency, which is better in my views, because you are in a design studio, it's center, so that's better. I think I need to just duplicate this one, right? Right. I absolutely forgot to do that. My bad. So my background, no, border, is gonna be 4, same thing here, and my border in disable is gonna take the 2 as well to be lighter. I think it's way too light, but that's fine. My icons don't change colors except in disabled. My label doesn't change color except in disabled for now. So I don't want to do them. However, I know that for the dark mode they don't change color, but for the light mode it would be better if they did. So we might do that. Right, just duplicate these and call that icon Shit. Denny, welcome on in. How is you? How is your day going? You know, usual questions. Let's move these underneath the border. Underneath the border. I don't get it. I don't get it, Figma. Am I gonna do that? I could. The money. No, it depends. It depends on the person, as always. But the money is a pretty important thing for a lot of designers, and a lot of people in general. The thing that I would say that makes people stay is usually the type of content that they are working on. So, as always, right, depending on how much brain power is required for any activities, you may have more or less people staying. But if you give me something that is like interesting to work on, where my brain is like really thinking about it, there is a very higher chance for me to just stay there and enjoy that. So because I'm more or less a thinking person, I like to solve problems. Doing that is better for me. So yeah. But then the pay, the co-workers, the amount of shit going on in the company, how much they feel respected, heard, followed, all that. All that's are things that just, yeah, no, I need to do that group. I feel like the being heard is one of the usual complaints about designers, going back to what you said earlier, of like feeling put aside. A lot of designers have the thing where they are just like, they are there, but they are not taken into consideration when there is a discussion to be happening, or when they have to how could I say that? Yeah. Sorry, I have headphone issues at this instant. It's bothering my brain. So one of the reasons why I left the company that I was in, I stayed for 6 years, and the reason why I stayed for 6 years is because of COVID. If COVID didn't happen, I would have stayed for 3. But because I was able to like stay at home and do other things and not be forced to be surrounded by people that I don't really enjoy working with, not all of them, but like specifically some people, it didn't help. Nishit, hi. Welcome on in. How are you today? So yeah, that's a thing. I feel like the tick from the other side could benefit from a color, but I think it's also could take the icons. Good idea. We're empty in the fridge. Alright, so all that works, which is fucking annoying, but fine. Cool. So if I'm selecting all of that except this, and I do the border, is going to take menu / option border, and then this is going to take disable. Cool. And that is going to take my background. That's going to be my background on hover, my background on active, my bad. That's my icon, which is kind of sad. And that's going to be my icon in disabled, but then this one is going to take hover, active, hover active here. Yep. Either something fell down behind me, or something fell down above me, or someone is trying to break me in my flat. That felt like something like this, so yeah. I don't know. Ghosts are fine, they're friendly. So yeah, no, it's above. They don't seem to do a lot of design stuff. Yeah, we have a lot of agencies that are like service agencies for design that are not required, but usually called upon. Oh shit. To do the same work that you're describing from the dev. Shit. One second. All right. It was loud though. I mean, I know that I am on the noise pass through, so. But yeah. Maybe the person above died. I don't know. I don't know. There was a noise after, so I'm guessing not. But maybe it's just the nerves, just bouncing on the floor. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, no, I wouldn't hear that. Not this one. Maybe this one, but yeah. Well, if the meeting went well and you didn't have to have your camera on, then you're fine. However, if you needed the camera, then I don't know. Oh yeah, stream elements is fucked up. Look, even, put even as the name in the fucking thing. Anyways, it's fine. So, now that we have that, working, I feel like now it's working for some reason. I guess it's just in the component thing. We can use our variables that we just created to get that. So border seems okay in alpha 2 and alpha 4, so I'm good with that. My background in alpha 4 seems a bit right. I do also think that it could be transparent rather than being like visible. So that's a detail. I do think it should be, and yeah. Can I do that? Maybe. Let me add the options. Hover, active, hover, active, kind of same. Let's add these 3. This one, pitch. It's gonna be hover. Oh, more noise. It's wild. So what I'm saying is default is going to go to 1, so that it's empty. This one is going to go here, which is sadly going to be reverted to 0%, and then background here is going to take the same route of 0%, which I need to uncheck for some reason. The Twitch app on my iPad is just freaking out. And then on hover we're good, and on disabled, I think if it's gray, it's good. So highlighted and kind of highlighted. Cool. Just a detail, but whatever. I feel like the backgrounds are good, except the active. I kind of want to make them like either brighter or lighter on light mode, like going to 2 on hover, which is an extremely subtle thing, 4 on active, and 6 on hover active. I feel like that's better. And then the icon and label, that's when things starts to be fun. I do think that getting them to like 11 on most situation would be better. But then this one, I kind of want to put that in accent 11, so that when you hover the thing, it takes the color off the accent. Meaning that this one is going to take the accent 12, and on hover active it will be the same. Which, if you can notice that, you can see that the fucking swatches don't work. Because Figma doesn't want to show you the right colors that they will be at, but I don't know why. It's fine. It's fine. I do think I will comply with that behavior. So taking 11. I don't have a choice. That 12 is way too dark, and that one is way too light. Radix is annoying in some instances. But let's keep that system, shall we? Set 12. My whole computer is freaking out. Great. Reason for me to use accent rather than other things is because if I'm here and I'm saying, you know what, my accent color could be different now that I have that system across the board, it's kind of good. The thing that I hate about Radix is what I just said earlier, right? Being these colors, that's 11 and that's 12. The jump from 11 to 12 is massive and I don't like it. I feel like it should be, we should have something like an 11.5 or something, like an in between. We need the 12, but I don't know. So maybe darkening the 11 would be better, but yeah, it's kind of bad. So that is the ID. Technically, if I'm going in gray, which is the other one that I do like as an accent color, we get a nice monochrome option. The real reason why I created gray is because in some situation you will need to showcase wireframes, and some clients have a real hard time to like project themselves in the design if there is colors. So by having the ability to take my accent color and switching it to gray, matching everything else on the page, like if I'm here and you take that accent color to gray, everything is going to a muted non-colored version. It still have some effects, but you get the features and behavior more than the rest. So that's the main reason. You still have, like, as I said, the outlines, because Figma is shit, but other than that, we don't like give the user too much color to think about. That's the thing. Just a small detail. A small detail that was slow. So I think that this is good, meaning that that's my menu option. And now I need to create my menu. And so the menu itself is just a set of these. I usually take 12. And I call that menu list. And I do 4 everywhere. And 2. So that menu list will get an endpoint divider and that's it. So it has a stroke at the bottom only, and that stroke is going to take the slate of 4 once again. So on light mode we have like a subtle line, and then on dark mode you have a subtle line, and on light mode you have a darker line, but right now you can't see it. All right, so that's my menu list, and then I know it's a lot. And then we need the menu itself. So the menu itself is composed of the menu list multiple times. I usually go for 3, but for security reason, we are going to do 5. If you have 5 sections in a menu, you need 5. So that's going to be here in an auto layout frame as well. I know, that's a fat ass menu. And that menu is gonna have is it an overlay? I think I'm gonna put that in an elevation 40. Radius of 10. Too much our inner radius here, right? If we put that into hover, we need that radius to match nested radius. And one of the things that I wanted to do was to take the overlay rather than that. So overlay 11 kind of thing. And then take the effect of filter blur large, right? That way we have a nice glass effect. Is it distracting? Is it too distracting? Kinda is. I can't put like pure black. I guess 10 is good. I know. I know. One of the question that you could have, which I would have if I'm watching myself right now, why the fuck do you leave everything visible? The main reason is when I had hidden things on my previous set of UI kits, it happens that when I did some library swaps or some color changes like destruction and all that, the hidden layers kept the previously assigned color styles or variables. So I ended up, and I still end up with layers that are using specific styles that have been removed from the original library but are still foundable. You can still find them inside of the layer tree. And my solution is to always have everything visible. That way, if I do change somewhere, it will change to anything that is visible. And that way I don't have to worry about it. I know it's a bit of a bigger work for the designer to then go in and like make a change or create, as I said earlier, create like a male input field, but I think that's easier. One of the things that I will do though is, as I said, create some presets. So just having like a frame somewhere with presetted input field for like male, phone number, humans, all that, and same thing for the menus with either or. More sections, less sections, more content, less content, all that. One thing that I could do, which is not exactly true, but I could do that, would be to create like variation here, create a variant of the menu list with 3, one with 6, one with 12. I mean, 3, 6, 9, 12. And then use that there, but feels like a lot of variance for no reason to me. That seems good so far. Input for humans, yes. Because it will piss me off because I need the avatar to be in there, but I don't have it. So I will have to do that. And that is a very bad thing to do. Absolutely bad. Not great. So in order to do that and have it working, I kind of need to add the fucking avatar here. But if I do that, that table with all the variation possible is going to take one full row. And I don't want that. It's already way too much. Really has a hard time to like load all of that. So I might avoid that. I need, however, to check the menu in light mode. For fuck's sake, I knew that would happen. It's still processing. So I need to add a variable in the component menu.
Vieneos raided my stream with 14 viewers.
Sounds about right. Welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? Thanks a lot for the raid. I really appreciate it. I hope your stream was good. As always, if you need to run, feel free to do so. But if you want to introduce yourself, that will be absolutely great. For those of you who don't know me, I'm AOA. I'm the helping designer. So if you have any design question, feel free to ask. And yeah. You've been abandoned. What happened? What happened in your stream? Stream has been good. I've just seen something pretty nice. Also, Kaizen, hi, welcome on in. Going traveling for 2 weeks. Where are you going? I mean, where are you going from to? If that makes sense. Oh, so you're coming here? That's fun. Do you... I'm based in Japan. Not based in the US. No. Not a thing. Can I do a regular background for the menu? I mean, Sydney to Florida is not the like faster way, and then Sydney to Japan interesting. So yeah. How long are you staying? Do you do like 1 week, or are you doing like 1 week and a half and like 3 days? Which is kind of sad, but I get it if it's just for the ticket prices. Shit. Today we are working on these bitches. My bad. Today we are working on components. We have done the release of this UI kit to jump the price from $32 to $64, and we are currently working on the menu component right here, which is more complex than I thought it would be, which is fine, but yeah, working on that, making sure that we have the dark mode and light mode working. I do have a feeling that this section needs to be bumped out so that I can just swap modes easily and not bother these, but yeah. And we did some icons earlier in the morning for users. I also bring back the streaming and user channels to the user categories because it still uses the same thing, as it uses a lot. But yeah. And we don't have anything too specific for tomorrow for the icons, so we'll see what we do. I don't know yet. Can you do that? No, you can't. This is so bad. So bad. So menu. menu. Background is gonna do that, meaning that border is gonna do alpha 4. Right, that makes sense to anyone. Also, yeah, I absolutely need to do that. Which is my label. Nope, my check is currently called label. So that's bad. Cool. So now this one can take menu, border here. That's hard. It might be better. It might be better to change the background from what it is to what it should be. That makes no sense. Let's take slate alpha 12. Or we can do slate 4 on both and have a fat ass blur, right? Because right now this is like distracting. So if we bump the blur to like 3XL, we get way more glass and it's way less distracting. Can we do 2XL? Starts to be distracting. So let's do 3. Which will be 100% processor intensive, and I know that my computer and your computer will not really like it, but we need to be able to read shit. So we good. Ta-da! We have done our menu. Have a ton of content done. So now, one of the things that we haven't done though is the behavior here. These things are supposed to fill container, and then these here are supposed to fill container as well. That way, when we resize things, everything works. Because that menu is gonna go here. Shit. Wrong key. Right, if you have your drop down menu that is there and you need to open it, that's gonna be the situation, and that thing need to be clipping. That thing gonna be there. Needs to be clipping. Also need, now that I'm thinking about it, also need to be vertically scrolling so that we can access shit inside. That makes sense. We usually do half an entry at the bottom to make sure that that is done. And so now, yep, exactly. That's why this thing is so complex, because, well, duh. But yeah, that's the reason. One of the things that I'm thinking about right now is that this fucking check is useless in the default, but we could keep it to have a fade. And so in order to do that properly, I will just do my check in default to be sorry, to be alpha here, so that it's transparent, and then there I'll do the same thing, but unlink it, but at 0%. So it's visible, but then it will just shine in on hover. And then, yeah, the rest is good. So it doesn't bother me here. That means that there, if I have like something selected like this one, for example, then it makes sense. So now, because we didn't really think about that, it's not true. I know this one is 210. It's a short animation. On click, you go there. While hovering, you go there. And then if I click, you again, you go back here. Cool. Let's just see if that works. Let's have a fill that would be an elevation 0. Ha! Made a mistake. Interesting. Yeah, that's fun. It's nice. The fact that I already have some of these things set up is crazy. It's crazy. That is bad though, but I can't do anything about it. Cool. Cool. I mean, wasn't planning on that, but it worked. We good. We have a menu. We have that. We have the drag done. I hid it, but it is there. And most of these things are working except these ones because nah, I don't know why. I don't know. But yeah, this will be in the contextual menus, meaning because you gave me that information, which I absolutely forgot. We are missing a very, very, very important thing in there, which we had in the beginning, but we removed because I'm a dumbass. So let me take these badges right there and just drop them in. So these things are gonna have no left icon, no right icon, and I wish I had a ghost version, but it's not the case. And that's gonna be, technically it should be there, but that's fine. Really? I'm looking for the Apple command key for the shortcuts, because we will need to have shortcuts. How's it fucking called? Place of interest sign. You dumb fuck. Is it gonna be on the right side or on the left side of the tick? Technically, it should be on the furthest out, but then I don't know. Yeah, no, I think it should be on the furthest out anyways. Because technically you can't have the tick and the shortcut at the same time. That's not a thing. So you're good, but just for the sake of that, we need a new property called has shortcut. And technically this thing specifically, I want that to be gray. So let's check this in light mode. Cool. So it's just dark background, dark for everything. Cool. Nice. Perfect. Great. So yeah, for the contextual menu, you will need to have like shortcuts and other potential actions in there. So thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it. And so technically here we have the icons, right, that are hidden. But because they are visible in the main component, we should be good. So, right, that means that technically here I could also take like all of my checkboxes, all of my icons, all of everything and hide them and just have like the labels and the shortcuts, for example. But that then brings way more pain to like the overrides. So for that, not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. Also, it's 23 outside. Holy shit. It's cold. I'm still sweating at 23. I think we're done for the day. I think we're done for the day. Done pretty much everything that I wanted to do for today. So we have the release, a pretty quick reminder, we have the release of the fucking thing. It's available at 64 until next week at 100. Big jump, because we double the price every week, and then 100 is the maximum threshold that I want to have. I might cheat and do a 99.10 just because. Right, you know, psychology of pricing, but yeah, might do that. But yeah, we have currently button input fields, select nowadays, and menus, right? Because they are a combination of both badges group, tags, toggles, each of them, sliders and avatars done for the main like base components, which are pretty cool. So that means that my menu content is kind of done. Kind of done. We still need that somewhere, but yeah. Cool. That's great. Jeannie, I don't know if you've seen or if you've heard, I've tried in the latest version to add the option to have the icons in TypeScript files. So they are all split into different TypeScript files. I don't know if it's good. You tell me as a dev if it's useful. Your icons are mostly set in the device category. So they are most here, but then we have some others that just fly around. But yeah, so there is like there is a plugin that Telmek talked about in Discord. It's called Icon Bundler that has the ability to, well, create a bundle with different framework, so React, Vue, and Svelte. I did one for React, which is in TypeScript, and if you say no, it's just in JS. So yeah, you can search. One of the things that I don't like is that it renames the thing with a different like I think it's renamed them in camel case or snake case, whichever it is, automatically, and that broke some of the things. Like for example, the A to Z is now called 2Z 29202A, which is kind of weird. So I don't know exactly why it does that. Maybe these three needs to be renamed sort, AZ sort 09, sort 90. I think that would be the easier option. That makes it look like it's called sort 90, but whatever. I think that helps for the renaming things. I have a thing for you, Telnik, with that question. I talked about it before, but I have a folder on my drive that is called lol for a reason. This thing has been created a while ago, and you can tell that it has been created a while ago because this design is really dated. Anyways, this has been the final design for a thing that I've built. When I started working in Paris, which was like around 2014, so 10 years ago. So we have two screens, right? Really simple, really easy to scan, all that. Keep that in your head. That's what I got as a dev'd thing. From this to this. I agree. The first design is not great either. Pretty high. Right? The first design is not great. Like it's bad. I could change a ton of things to make sure that it's better, but that from this, I don't know. I don't know. Like look at just even in their own thing. Like look at that search bar at the top, right? You have the search input and the icon. Cool. And then if you change page, you have the search input with the icon inside. It makes no sense. Yep. Yep. That's why this folder is like, it's called lol for a reason, and it's right in their defense, right? If you look at that section here, you have the 8 comments in the 114 views, and it's the same icons. It's the same icons, it's the same colors, it's the same order. But that's it. That's the only thing that went through. There is 4 fucking thing in there, and yeah. What else has been absolutely butchered? I think this one takes the cake every time because, right? I mean, you can't really compare that. Like, I didn't think that I could put them side by side for easy comparison, but yeah. Right, the colors are not the same. The effects are not the same. The bottom section of each card is the same. I give you that. The plus icon in the top is not the same. The logo has been changed by the client. And then this. Like I have my icon on the right side. They put the icon on the left side, even though it was on the right side on the previous screen. It's just like, to their point, I didn't have a clear thing, so that makes sense, but still. I don't know. Anyways, that is my answer. I think there is another one, but most of the things are good. I know how you go from one to the other. It's just like you do the structure and then you don't have enough time to put in place the visuals, which makes sense, which was the case. But like, how can you sell what I built visually to a client being happy with it, sign, and then you deliver that and you still get paid? I don't get it. But yeah, no, most of the thing have been pretty good. I've been, I mean, in that company specifically, this one, like, as I said, like 2014, 2015 type of thing. Not great work by me either. Like this was another one, but the work is better already, but it's still not great. Like it's icon.zip is the TypeScript icons. The SVG is the SVG folder. So this was interesting, different. I had like different type of design styles that you can find now. Like, you know, the glass morphism that guy from Spain invented. Yeah, I don't know. The design is bad. Like, when I look at them now, I'm like, nothing is centered, the shadows are way too strong, the contrast ratio are way too bad, but that's not a thing that we were thinking about at the time. So, like this, really. It fits the standard of the time, yes, 100%, but it's also kind of bad. Okay, the website, and I'm trying to find things that I've done at some point, but then can't find them. But yeah, these are pretty good overall. And then I changed company and it was much better. And the type of content that I did in that company was like way different. I don't even know if I can access these things. This one was fun. Kinda remember this. But you can see how the that was like 1 year later. Year and a half maybe. And like way cleaner. Simpler and shit. I don't know. I like that. I don't even know if we have... This one was bad. This one 2016. This one they wanted something like friendly and fun. I hired my my ex, I mean girlfriend at the time, to do the illustrations because, right? but still, like there are details in there that make sense. Yeah. I don't remember if I did this logo, if it was the client that did that. I forgot. Long time. Long time ago. Anywho. So yeah, that's a reference of how devs have butchered my things in the past. Not always, but yeah. Roglisi, you arrive when I'm looking for a raid. Welcome on in. I hope you're good. James is live. We might go with James. What is James doing? Oh yeah, James is doing some dev stuff. Cool. Can do that. But yeah, Roglisi, I hope you're good. I hope your day is going good. Or was great. And yeah. They didn't respect what they saw. I mean, technically they didn't use their eyes. They used their thinking of structure to define production design. That's it. The thing is, in that company, that where they pissed me off, really, was they really didn't pay attention to design at all. And then on the next one, some dev were like bad, but there were like some devs that were really great and that I learned a lot from. There was this Chinese guy who didn't speak much French, and because I was one of the only one who spoke English pretty naturally at this point, we had a lot of conversation about design, dev related for iOS and all that, and Chinese software. And it was great. I learned a lot, and here I am now. And that was like 10 years ago. Anywho, let me press that button. So we're rating James. If you're here and you enjoyed the stream, please click the follow button. That would be highly appreciated. We enjoyed the followers. I mean, we also enjoyed the subs. If you want to send money, give money. No? All that. As a quick reminder, MoooM has been released. It's the last week at $64. I know it's more expensive than last week, but still, it's great value, all that shit. Buy that if you want to watch the VOD again. If you're not a sub, it will go take place on YouTube. And if you are a sub, whatever. Wherever, join the Discord to know when I'm live, where I'm live. Remember that on Tuesday next week, there is no stream on the 26th. So there will be an announcement on the Discord and all that shit. But yeah, follow me on the social medias if you are into that. If you are not, don't. I don't know. That's schedule for now. And I said fuck a lot. I said fuck technically a lot. And here we go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Eat something. Drink something. Be kind to each other. And I'll see you on Monday. And I will tell you tales on Thursday. Bye.